What's happening? You'll never be able to satisfy everybody. We're all gonna just back and forth, bicker, bitch, and babble with each other because that's what we do. It's in our nature. Um, what am I talking about? Well, on one hand, you have the motherfucking switch light. People ain't happy with that. Then on the other hand, you got things like the Dave Chappelle stand-up, people on the fence about that, mainly critics. I've noticed critics seem to be more of the SJWs than the SJWs themselves, which is good. That's great because that means that, hey, critics are the ones pushing for Dave Chappelle to be pulled from Netflix, not us. And that's a good thing, because if it's us, they'll do it. If it's the critics, they don't really listen to them. Critics are there to critique the work. You don't really get to say whether or not the damn thing gets pulled. I mean, Scream 1 was a terrible movie, but it was because of the fans that Wes Craven went back and changed it. If it was just the critics, I'm pretty sure nobody's going to give a fuck about it, which is usually why. Usually. I'm not saying every time, I'm saying usually. Usually, critics are wrong. Okay? I remember a time when Britney Spears was the biggest name in Hollywood, out there being a fucking pop icon somehow. I still don't know how the fuck she was popular. Other than the fact that she was blonde and had tits. I don't really get it. She's never been that entertaining to me. But she came out with a movie, this little stupid, shitty fucking movie called Crossroads. And I remember this was back when I was like still in school. And I remember I used to watch, like Good Morning America and shit like that, because they had people on there who were critics of movies. Every so often, if there was like a super big movie coming out that got a bunch of attention, they would have one of the critics on there to talk about it. And Crossroads just happened to be that one movie they had someone there to talk about, not because it had a big name in it, no. Because the name that was associated was Britney Spears, so it wasn't like this is a Denzel Washington movie or a Keanu Reeves or Christian Bale, George Clooney, so on. No, this had Britney Spears in it, the face, the little doll face at the time of pop music and pop, lifestyle. So, anyway, I remember every critic I heard, every review I saw from like an actual critic was praising this fucking movie, right? I go see it, and I'm like everybody else under the sun. That was straight trash. Like, I get it. You're going to have those women who love it because, one, it's a fucking romantic movie, and two, it's Britney Spears, and women seem to think that bitch could do no wrong back in the day. But whatever. Anyway, my point is, that means the same thing with women and Matthew McConaughey. The dude can't act worth the fuck, but they still let that man in movies. I don't get it. Same thing with George Clooney. I don't get it. Women, y'all just want to fuck these people, but they keep doing shitty performances. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. Anyway, my point being is that with the Rotten Tomato thing, this has definitely been an eye-opener for a lot of people when it comes to how critics work. And it couldn't hit at a worse time. Hollywood has been in a serious predicament. Being Marvel has been the main cash cow of the past 10 years. And a lot of Hollywood movies, yes, we have great movies, but just because you have one or two great titles doesn't mean you're on par with Disney, with Marvel, with Star Wars, when, especially with Marvel, because they put out 3-4 movies a fucking year. That's one a season. There's like maybe 2 good movies a year from Hollywood. I mean, we did get The Equalizer 2, which is great. We got Keanu Reeves and John Wick, Chapter 1, 2, and 3, which are great movies. But there's not like a whole bunch that I'm just dying to see. Like, I want to see Annabelle Creation. I can wait till that bitch comes out on Blu-ray. I'm sorry, I could probably wait till I get it on digital, in fact. I'll probably buy it digitally because I am going to start having more digital everything rather than physical movies. The only reason I have physical movies now and I have such a library is because if somebody wants to borrow it, they can borrow it, no questions. You know what I'm saying? Because more than likely I have the digital copy on my Xbox. I mean, I was giving all my digital shit away for a while. Just recently did I stop doing that because, one, I'd forgotten about it, and two, I started really getting into the whole digital thing. So, with that being said, you know, you're not going to be able to please everybody. And like I said at the beginning with the whole Nintendo Switch Lite, I myself am not excited for this. I still believe they could have made it a fully functioning Switch where, okay, the Joy-Cons don't come off if you're in portable mode. Who the fuck really gives a damn? But what is the point of using the other Joy-Cons and the Pro Controller if it's in handheld only? I saw a video where Rich of Review Tech USA made a smaller docking unit, which to me looked like it had been the perfect size for that mini. You feel what I'm saying? Sorry, fucking got all kinds of shit trying to fuck with me anyway. Like I was saying, they could have made a dock for this thing. They could have. I get it's a cheaper alternative, but it seems like the system in and of itself should have been about $120 to make. And then if you have $120 on just the Switch itself, then the other 80 goes to the dock. That's how you do it. And being that it'd be smaller, it'd probably be more around 25 to 30 bucks. So really, the system could have more functionality. Just saying, you can't please everybody, but there are some steps in which you could take to please majority of the people. So the people who are mad about the Switch Lite, I'm not necessarily on board with you, but I see where your complaints are and I understand. And for the people talking about Dave Chappelle stand-up, please stop. Obviously, it's way above your head, way above your education. It's going right over that bitch. Because this is a work of comedy genius. This is actually a very good piece of art. This is probably the best piece of art you're going to see for 2019. Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones. The title, dead on. The subject matter, dead on. Is it funny? Absolutely. This is bringing dark humor to the forefront, somewhere a lot of people are not comfortable with it because their idea of humor is like Dave Chappelle's show, where they can just laugh at it. Or what's her name? Key and Peele, whatever their name is. Something very lighthearted, not very dark. Sticks and Stones is more of a dark comedy, and I appreciate it. I look at that. I've actually watched that thing more times than I care to count because it's such a good work of comedy art. It's so good. It's watching a masterpiece happen in front of you. So critics who talking shit on it, man, need to shut up because chances are is you don't know how to tell a good joke to begin with. All that being said, I'm out this bitch. I'm streaming Gears 5 on my Mixer channel. You need to go check that out if you have not yet. We're going to be doing one more today. We're going to be streaming it in a few minutes. I've been playing some Final Fantasy VIII Remastered on my Switch, but we're fixing to click over to the damn Xbox. I'm finna get it jumping with this Gears 5. Make sure you guys follow me on the Mixer. Links are down in the description down below. And I'll see you guys